So if we are going to decide on this polling unit, we'll call a meeting of stakeholders to tell them we'll provide the information. There's nothing to hide. Well, you know, like I always say, you know, like I said earlier, I think the issue is this distrust. You know, the political parties sometimes suspect one another, they suspect us. But we have been very open since this commission came in. We have been very transparent in our activities.
If I may just jump in, the political parties, as you just rightly said, are not really comfortable with your conduct so far, because if the continuous voter registration is on, and then you have a process to open up polling units also on, then how do you justify your actions to clarify the minds of the discerning voter that INEC is not systematically rigging this 2019 elections already?
There is no correlation between continuous voter registration and rigging elections, my brother, because, you know, we opened up the space to register more people, and people are saying to us that, look, we have new settlements, we have this place, we want to vote, where we're staying now is far from the existing polling unit, you know, and this is not the first time INEC is doing this. Now, that one that people are referring to, the attempt by the last commission to set up polling units, is to solve a problem. But of course, because of this suspicion and people saying,
no rigging,
oh, maybe they are
my apologies, if you say that there is no rigging, then why can you not substantiate giving us that breakdown of the 3,000, almost 4,000 polling units that you're about to open? Why can't we have that breakdown just to know where those figures are coming from? Are they coming from the north or are they coming from the south?
That's what I'm saying. They are coming from all over the country because the figures are many. I can't roll them out of my head. You know, I know that at least more than 25 states in this country submitted requests, and it's distributed evenly across the country. It's not just the north, you know, it's everywhere. And like I said, I will make the figures or the breakdown available to you. You will see. There's nothing to hide there.
Well, so I'm saying this on the premise of Alhaji Tanko Yakasai, who did admit that in the previous elections, there was a huge systematic rigging that went on when the capture machines were being compromised. So if you say that INEC, who is in charge of those machines, was unable to tackle the rigging that happened at that level, at that time, how can we be sure that INEC can actually handle this over just about 4,000 polling units that you're about to commission? How are we sure that this is not another systematic way of getting the elections rigged?
Well, with respect to what that gentleman said, the information we have is to the contrary. As far as we are concerned at INEC, and we have conducted since 1999 about 5 or 6 general elections, 2015 has been the best. You know, and this election was not only applauded by local organizations, they were applauded by international organizations, and it's all over the world. It's globally acclaimed to be the best general election ever conducted in this country. And what we intend to do is to make 2019 better. So if somebody is now saying that this election was rigged, the onus is on him to provide the evidence.
All right, let me jump in, Mr. Oyekanmi.
Nigerians that duty to ask him to produce the evidence.
Let me ask you, we understand that INEC plans to stop the continuous voter registration exercise this quarter. Is that correct?
You know, we operate the CVR based on quarterly basis. This is the first time in the history of the Commission that the continuous voter registration exercise is truly continuous, you know. But the law requires that when it is 60 days to any election, we have to stop and, you know, produce what we have registered so far and give copies to political parties, you know. And then we display lists for claims and objections. That's what the law says. So, for instance, for 2019 general election, based on our timetable, we will stop the CVR 60 days to that election. But after the election, we will continue with the CVR. So it will continue that way. So that's the way it is.
So if you're stopping it this quarter, you intend to start again across the country, or is it you stop in some parts of the country and continue in some other parts of the country?
No, it's going to be all over the country. We are not stopping. I've just told you, it's not, I don't want you to view it as if we are stopping for stopping's sake. We are stopping because of the requirements of the law. And since we started, we've been stopping every quarter. We just started another quarter. When we stopped the last quarter, we displayed the list for claims and objections, and then we are starting another one. So when we come to the end of this quarter, we stop, and then we do the same process. So that's how it is.